What makes Achieving Excellence unique is it's a change in pursuit of something.
It was quite the remarkable experience.
This is truly part of who we are now.
There are a lot of leadership programs, but AE is really different.
Achieving Excellence is an incredibly important program. The environments that these folks operate in continue to change faster and faster, so the organization's ability to change and adapt to those environments is more critical today than it ever was.
You're taking someone who is already an effective leader of a good organization, and you're asking them to take a leap into a new area and giving them the confidence that if they take that leap, that there's going to be people that are going to help support them in making that leap forward.
We were going through a transition where our CEO had been at the helm for 28 years, and so I was recruited back to the organization as part of the succession plan.
We're an anchor institution in a region that is perennially seen as one of the poorest in the United States. I knew that our current housing solutions were way out of whack with the need, and I knew I wanted to do something about that. But I didn't really know how to bridge that gap.
We were in the middle of doing a major redevelopment effort in our community in which we leveraged the whole organization to actually bring that about. People were just very, very concerned about our financial position. Being in that position made me feel like, maybe I should go get some tools about how we're going to get out of this.
Before AE, I knew manufactured housing was often the de facto affordable housing choice in our region. I didn't have a good impression of manufactured housing. In fact, I think it's fair to say that I hated it. After the first week of Achieving Excellence, it was very important for me to look at how we were competing with manufactured housing. How long did it take for a family to get the keys to their home? And what I learned was shocking. It took much longer, so we created a performance challenge to cut the cycle time in half. But I think what was most important was that we changed the image of how manufactured housing could be done. When you do it right and you prepare and support the home buyer, then you have a recipe for success.
My performance challenge was how to make people understand what their everyday job had to do with achieving our outcomes and why that was important.
Following the footsteps of someone who had been part of this organization for such a long time, I knew that I needed to create a new pair of shoes, right, that would carry the organization forward for the next 45 years.
For about a 10-year period, we'd gotten to about 2,000 units a year and just leveled off at that point. One of the first things that I really learned in week one of Achieving Excellence is the difference between managing and leading. Leading is about doing something that is beyond your authority, and that puts you at some risk. So we made the rate to be at a run rate of 8,000 households a year by the year 2015. The staff reaction was not much different than the member reaction. I think a few of them thought maybe I had kind of lost my rocker.
The Harvard coursework is divided into 3 one-week periods. In the first week, strategy and leadership. In the second, aligning their organization around the achievement of goals and the execution of strategy. And then the third is around how to collaborate with other organizations and involve other key stakeholders in achieving goals.
It seems that everything is set up to create an environment where you would learn. At the beginning, you're really treated like a professional, not like a student.
Our coach was excellent in terms of recognizing, some of the challenges and some of the growth opportunities that many of us had.
But a lot of it is also the group and how you transform as a group from being completely reliant on the coach to really building connectivity with the other people in the class.
The AE network has been crucial, not only during my performance challenge, but today. It's given me a network of professionals, and we all speak from a common language, and we understand each other, and we have this experience together. And I draw upon that expertise often.
I've had the occasion to work with dozens of people who have come out of the program, and every one of them has been personally transformed by the program, and I would say their organizations have also been transformed as well.
Every year when we issued our audit, we did it in front of an audience of our funders and lenders and other supporters. In 2012, the auditor even talked about the change in the culture and how we generated revenue and our programmatic outcomes and how important it was to do both money and mission and to have those things aligned.
For us, it's important that this become part of our business model, part of the way that the organization works. How are we doing good and how are we affecting those communities that we serve?
We've come much closer to 8,000 units a year inside of 10 years than anyone thought was even possible. My membership and my staff are big believers in setting ambitious goals that draw them in to space that they can be really proud of.
We met our goal in cutting the cycle time in half, and we eventually served more families. We got to a point where production or housing solutions were tripled. Achieving excellence transformed our organization. It's a very different place today.
It is one of the engines of innovation, and it's driving the evolution of the community development field, and that's something that we still think continues to be necessary.
Yeah, I think achieving excellence, best days are still ahead, and they've had some great days.
These resources are essential in order to serve the communities that organizations operate in. These communities are too important. The needs are too great for us not to focus on this and to continue to put the resources that we need into this.